Live.
No, say something about Twitch. Well, fuck it, remove Twitch then. Twitch acting a fool. I'll worry about that later on.
Mm-hmm.
We live. Changes. Boom, we are live. Yep.
Yo.
Baldhead'S podcast. Got one of my dogs on the line right now. Comedian Ben, goddamn it. Cash App has been so funny.
Yo.
So make sure y'all, if y'all starting this broadcast, Martini Harris. Oh, it says Martini is it, but Martini, did you get this nigga crazy? Martini, did you get the email? Go to the email so you can get on the on the goddamn podcast, man. What the fuck is you doing? I'm gonna tell you, goddamn Detroit crazy motherfucker.
I'm here from the comments.
Go, Martini, go to your email, motherfucker, that you gave me and look for the shit I sent you from StreamYard so you can get on. This nigga is in the comments.
Behind the scenes.
He said, fuck this, I want to be with the people. Be with the people. We're here live today, Baldhead'S podcast. It's about to go down. Got my man Ben Noble in the building. Ben Noble, tell them where you from and about yourself. You got people commenting.
Yo, what's up, Ben? From Chicago, South Side, Inglewood. It's it don't look like it, but that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, man, doing comedy. Been doing it for I've been doing about 8 years. That shit nuts. Yeah, man, just out here. I got a Zoom comedy show that I do. We See You Comedy. It's actually a show that I produce throughout the city, but bringing it virtually. So I do that too every Tuesday at 8 Central Time. Yeah, and I sell shit too.
Some of the people that are on, my man Edmund, my high school buddy Edmund Ivory. What up, fool? My man Robert Jamal Johnson. Oh, he's here in the A. What up, Rob? As we know, Martini Harris is some fucking where doing whatever he's doing. I mean, he's gonna come on. I got my people all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. My girl Virginia.
What's up,
lady? Tia Love. What's up, Tia? She here.
What up, Tia?
But Edmund said, why run it out of Walmart? Why they running out of Walmart on 83rd with the AC and TVs? Yeah, nigga, they shopping. Shit. My goddamn cousin Shapina. What's up, cuz?
It's crazy. I don't know why people running out with TVs, because TVs ain't even as much no more. You get a flash.
Hey, nigga, it's a better price when it's free. Shit, it's a better price.
Yeah. Man, you grab 10 pounds of quinoa, that'll come up to goddamn 10 pounds of kale. That'll be the same old flat screen right now.
10 pounds of kale. Hey, that's the fucked up part about. They run out of Walmart, but ain't nobody touching the food. They got food on sale like a motherfucker.
Motherfucker, man.
They ain't running about that motherfucker. They ain't giving a fuck. Cowboy, what up? I see you, boy. Well, we got a few topics today. Really ain't even no topics. It's the shit that's at hand. Mm-hmm. The shit that's going on. After the aftermath of the death of Floyd George in Minneapolis, Minnesota, police cracker racist ass police officer got their foot on his neck and killed the man. Now they came out with the autopsy talking about he had some underlying issues. I don't think his underlying issues killed him. What you did probably made a reaction to the underlying issues, however the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
The man is dead. Yeah, the man is dead from y'all's bullshit. And I do not understand what the fuck made y'all think that autopsy really. The riots kicked off after or during the conviction of the police officer, not the conviction, but the charging of the police officer. They charged him with third-degree murder and manslaughter, which knowing that's some bullshit. And I think that the saying what he was doing, and there you go, Martini right there.
Yeah. My bad, man.
Harris, this nigga is crazy, y'all. Detroit, born and raised.
Yo.
Martini, introduce yourself to the world, and I can tell them about your crazy ass.
Yeah. I'm crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I eat sugar out of Dorito bags. I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Well, we guard our own, protect our own. You understand what I'm saying? I protect my home. You know, anything. I ain't one of them guys on the east side or the west side that claim the whole damn west side. I ain't doing that. Because you can get beat up on the corner just like you can get beat up on your porch. That's Detroit for you.
Boy. Yeah, I fuck with Detroit real heavy, man. Been going back and down there. I don't know how long, but every time I go there, I got to introduce that I done came to Martini and fuck with him and the rest of the guys. But what's going on with Detroit? They going up in Detroit too, man?
Oh man, they ain't looting. They ain't looting. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this, man. Big ups to the brothers downtown. Well, we got a Nike store. It's like a big Nike outlet downtown on Woodward. It's owned by blacks. It's owned by a black man, rather. White people do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a prejudiced dude, you know what I'm saying? But white people this white guy threw a brick at the window. It didn't break. And then some white girls pissing on the window. So the black girl kicked the white girl and said, go ahead with that bullshit. And they ran the other white guy off. And the other white guys had bricks in their hands. And the dude said, bro, I'm telling you, you hit that window and break it, we beating your ass. So they chased them motherfuckers off. They did not get in our Nike store. So they basically protected our city. But like this would be the third day. The first day, God rest this dude's soul, man, 19, man, he lost his life. And it wasn't the police. It was some other shit. Some truck, and it was shooting and whatever. And I don't know if he was involved or if he was an innocent bystander, but he was 19, man. He got shot and he died. So that was fucked up right there. But that's just the most that we had with the violence or whatever. And it's like a lot of motherfuckers outside of Detroit, like Bloomfield Hills, Royal Oak, all them motherfuckers coming in the inner part of Detroit downtown to tear up shit and try to spray paint shit. We didn't really get that either because like I said, a lot of black people stopped them motherfuckers and said, you're not going to be white writing BLM on everything and then we get blamed for the shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, these motherfuckers had backpacks. They were ready to go into some shit to pack them backpacks so they can go back to Bloomfield Hills.
Damn.
So we didn't get the whole looting thing, you know. We didn't catch that, but they put a curfew on us, which starts today at 8:00. So now we got a double punishment in this bitch. Not only we gotta stay in the house, we gotta go in the basement.
Yeah. Motherfuckers is counting just getting up off the goddamn the damn quarantine from the COVID. And
I know.
I
know.
If y'all tuned in right now, go subscribe to my YouTube page, Baldhead'S podcast. We are discussing every fucking thing at hand. So you can go on YouTube, you can go check it out on my comedian Baldhead Phillips page. I got my man Ben Noble, I got my man Martini Harris from Detroit, and we discussing everything that's going on in these three states. I'm in Atlanta, and let me tell you something. Yesterday in Atlanta, I went to Walmart because I'm thinking in my mind, I know when I see bullshit coming, I try to, get shit ready. But I was like, let me go to Walmart, go to the store, and try to grab some shit. Yeah.
Your shit doing a mannequin challenge.
What you talking about? Your motherfucker, shut your ass up. That's your shit, nigga. You the one got on this motherfucking late.
Damn. This shit sound like Zap and Raj on my end and computer love.
Hell no, you got it.
But it's I was in that motherfucker.
That ain't nothing. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ.
Better rebuke your goddamn Wi-Fi, nigga. That's your Wi-Fi.
Got that Teddy Riley, man.
Hey, they did the craziest shit. I'm in Walmart, and it was 4:45. They was like, Walmart will be closing at 5:00. So if you ain't in line, they was saying that your motherfucking, they was shutting that bitch down. They wasn't taking no credit card. They wasn't taking no money or nothing. and we would not take your purchase. I'm like, damn.
Damn.
I had my card full of my
Is that shit?
Yeah, that's his shit. I knew that was that nigga shit. Some of those my shit. Motherfucker got that bullshit. That nigga running his shit off his Boost Mobile. But yeah, that nigga, that shit wasn't no motherfucking joke. That shit, and when I got up out of there, got home, I was finna go do Lyft when I put the groceries up, and then some told me to sit my ass down. Sure enough, they made a motherfucking announcement on the phone. They text everybody and was like, it's over with Lyft and Uber at 9 o'clock. We ain't taking no more motherfucking things until the morning.
Damn.
Yeah. What up, Erica? My sister Erica is on the goddamn line.
What up, Erica?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now, motherfucker. That was your shit. See?
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm on my phone.
I know. Boost Mobile. Yeah.
No, he said Boost
Mobile.
Boost the
I got a
Metro.
flip phone. I'm gonna send you an emoji of a dinosaur.
But now let me ask you something, Ben. What's your take on all of this shit, man? Because let me tell you one thing that escalated. 11 police officers were shot in Dallas. 5 of them died. They were supposed to be ambushed and 5 of them died. I've seen that. Now, see, one thing people watching the internet, but then it's a lot of people still watching the regular news. I saw that on the regular news, and I was like,
dang.
Yeah.
See, that shit crazy. Like I'm for the protests and even the riots, but it's like it gotta be strategic, man. Like motherfuckers out here just stealing shit now is what it seemed like. You gotta do this shit for a cause, for a reason. Motherfuckers out here stealing bread, and it's a video of a dude that stole an ATM machine and trying to go on the bus with it.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? Damn.
Yeah.
This nigga ain't got no ride. Nigga ain't got no ride.
And he got mad at the bus driver. Like, we gonna make some money together. Like, bro, come on. Like, that ain't got.
Nigga gonna make a case together.
Yeah, and but that's real. That's like that really happened. So shit like that be kind of fucked up. But the idea of rioting, we was trying to be peacefully protesting for years. Like Colin Kaepernick. What was that? That was a peaceful protest.
That was as peaceful as it's gonna get. Yeah. And I think because when they disrespected everything and didn't want to listen, and then you got the millennial blacks, the millennial whites, and I separated the situation because I think the millennial whites are fueling the fire with these young black motherfuckers because they doing shit way past.
Hell yeah.
They tore up the motherfucking CNN building. I'm like, man, they had a newscast going on to tell motherfuckers to stop. But I'm saying to myself, they got Killer Mike and they got T.I. on there. They both said some nice, good shit. But I'm like, nigga, they not listening to you because they outside.
Exactly.
Right.
All this so prolific shit. T.I. said some good shit. Like, man, we said when you go to any other state, they might treat you wrong. You say you get treated right in Atlanta. This is sacred, man. This is Wakanda. I said, nigga, that shit is just wait. You didn't hear that shit.
Hey, they had some niggas in a vacant lot, nigga, and they found some little storm windows and shit, and they motherfuckers breaking them and going through them. I'm like, what the fuck they doing? These motherfuckers talking about they practicing, trying to get in and get out. I said, nigga, you practicing looting, motherfucker? Dodge the glass.
They need $10,000.
Nigga, that's real.
But man, on the real, man, I know like a lot of people are frustrated. I mean, and angry, of course, but I can attest to that for the reason way before this shit started, man. I used to sit, and you know what I'm saying? I used to lay in the bed, man, and watch YouTube videos way before this, the pandemic and everything, way before all this. But during the it goes all the way back from in 92 with Malice Green right here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Where they beat that man to death with flashlights. You know what I'm saying? And all he had in his hand was his key to his motherfucking car. And they tried to let them cops off. We didn't loot. You know what I'm saying? but it was fucked up. But we made sure with petitions that you locked them motherfucking cops, Butts and Nevers. And it was crazy. That was their last name. Hell yeah. I ain't gonna do the joke because it was Mike Bonner's joke. It was funny as hell. Well, actually, I say it, but it was comedian Mike Bonner's joke. He said, but he said their last name, the cops, was Butts and Nevers. He said, well, I feel sorry for you because you go in there with the butt, and then the other guy, Nevers, he said, well, you will now. Because they're gonna fuck the lining out them dudes. But yeah, man, I mean, I've been watching these videos on YouTube of cops misusing people, dog, and dogging them and shit. And that shit, it angered me, man. I mean, you ever been so angry looking at something on YouTube and it made you want to go through the fucking screen to attack the cop? And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy that it is. And I understand. It's like, then you got on the other hand, the motherfuckers that's, you know what I'm saying? Some people are looting because they're angry and they done lost relatives and loved ones to police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Their authority being taken over. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the other motherfuckers looting because, hey, they really don't, quote unquote, give a fuck. They just want to get some shit.
Right.
It's an excuse. It's an excuse for them to be out there.
Exactly.
And it's two different type of things. Two different type
Martini, what's your cash? I texted your ass last night about your cash app. You never hit me with it.
Oh, damn, man. Shit. Oh, my cash app is $ Martini Harris.
Okay.
It's real. Yeah, $ Martini Harris. Yeah, I done fucked all of them. I'm thinking it's Facebook Live. Hey, man, I just got off a calculator, nigga. Shit.
Hey, look, the funniest shit though is, under each one of our name on here, it got our name. Why this nigga put Baldhead Podcast under his name?
Oh,
you supposed to put your name under that, nigga. You is crazy.
Nigga, this is my first time on this shit.
I know.
It said
Baldhead for to get double donations.
Right.
Hey, but what I want y'all to do is, because y'all know, like I said, we're doing our best to keep y'all entertained and keep y'all informed. I just put the cash app down there. Hit the cash app. Well, I said a donation of $5 or more. It's up to your discretion. But donate to my guys, because these are both top-notch comedians that perform all around the country. And I do my best to bring comics and whoever it is on my show, and their topics and their opinion matters. And right now, we in the midst of, I think, what do y'all think? My other question is, do y'all think we are at war? I mean, I'm
Hell
like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And in war, there's always major casualties.
Oh yeah, man. We're definitely at war right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man, because you got just like my man in Philly. My man in Philly, the dude that was harassed by a police officer, I want to say a couple of years ago or a year ago even. But during this whole protest thing, he deliberately found that cop that fucked with him and killed him.
I missed that one.
Let me tell you something. Right now, it's not hard to find nobody. They was at dude's house. They went to dude's house, and they had every police in the world surrounding that nigga house. They looked like 1,000 RoboCops was in front of that motherfucker's house.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, because my homegirl Essence Sent, she was doing all the coverage over that. You know what I'm saying? Before the cops was there, they were there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and the black people that were there, they stood their ground, and they said that we're not going to mess up. Damn, where everybody go? Oh,
I'm working on this, and I'm trying to be where sometimes when people talk, I want everybody to focus on it, but don't worry about it. I'm new to this too, just like you are. So it's
nigga, I thought Jesus came and took you out. I'm like, why
shit, I got
we went outside the loop, nigga. We went outside the loop, nigga.
I'm like, wait a minute, Baldhead, he was just cussing. No, but anyway, man, but like I was saying, my homegirl Essence Sent, that's her Facebook page. She was doing the coverage. Now, black people wasn't no cops in front of his house. It was just them. The white people came, and they were spray painted on his driveway and on his garage and all that. It was a white person that spray painted Black Lives Matter. And they said, no, we didn't come here to do violence. We came here to protest that the cops come and arrest this dude. Now, that morning, the governor or the mayor put out a warrant on him to have him arrested. They were out there till like after 6. She even said, well, it's now 6:30 something, and he's still not under arrest. But here it is. Now you all say you give him third degree murder, and then second degree. Dude,
that's nuts. That's nuts.
Third degree murder is if me and you Baldhead, well, I just say if you in a car driving and you have an accident with somebody else. Now the accident can really be like none of the fault of yours or the other person, but you don't have a driver license and that person dies. You didn't intend to kill that person. That's third degree murder. Third degree, man, it's 15 years out on 8 on good behavior or sooner.
Martin, let me tell you something. You ain't got to tell me about third, but let me tell you what, I didn't really know too much about third because I had a first degree. And I beat it in self-defense. But I was studying like law and cases and shit when I was in jail. So when they said third degree murder, I didn't know what the fuck. I was like, what the fuck is that? But then they said third degree manslaughter. So I'm like, if it's right above manslaughter, then it ain't shit.
It ain't. It ain't.
And you blatantly killed this man. The thing that killed me too was the look on his face, for one. 2, the man had his hand in his pocket applying more pressure.
Oh man.
Making
sure.
But
did you see how he was shifting his body? Like you can tell he was digging more in his neck with his knee. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, you know, I lost my son, you know what I'm saying? And my son, you know, he hung himself. But even in his autopsy, it states that if a human is any pressure applied around the neck, you know what I'm saying? It takes literally 2.5, maybe 240 minutes for a person to die. That man was on his neck. I watched this man's shoulder. I watched his shoulder limp.
Slump. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I watched this shit slump like that, dog. I watched him. He died, and my man still was on his neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then the crazy part was the way the person was holding the camera. I know they wasn't trying to do it that way, but when you thought the paramedics pulled up, there wasn't even paramedics. There was some more damn police.
Yeah.
The ambulance.
Right. Yeah.
And they didn't no pulse. This motherfucker touched the motherfucker forehead, rolled him over, and put him in there and went on about their business. My girl, Mina Price said only 3 states carry third degree, and you can get probation off of.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, my thing is, bro, if they don't want the rest of these states and these cities and these states burned down, number one, they better give that motherfucker's first degree.
Yeah,
Number two, they better prosecute with first degree murder on the other 3 or 4 cops.
They ain't even charged.
They ain't even
also on him. And then to make it so bad, I mean, like, I don't like to hear hearsay on Facebook because they can be rumored because people do a lot of Photoshop. So I go to Google and do my own search. Like I had to go do my own search to find out that the Asian cop was his brother-in-law because he was married to his wife. And then another thing I had to do research on that, rest in peace, George Floyd and a cop that killed him, they worked in the same club, and he didn't like him. Yep. He didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then, and this another thing that caught my attention. Dude, Sandra Bland used to, you know what I'm saying? She used to give like uplifting, encouraging speeches to people. Man, if you look, and as I seen, like D.L. Hughley shared, he shared several speeches or videos of George Floyd making statements, man, and telling people telling young guys, put down the guns, follow God, da. You are out for him. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if you're what they say back in the day, who's out here trying to get the niggas to read, or
right,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Mm.
who's out
He
here
was that
trying to tell the niggas the truth?
Trying
You
to
know?
educate.
Yeah,
Trying to educate. Nah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't
He was
read between the lines. Don't read the gray area. The grass is not green on the other side. That's
Mm.
bullshit. Kick rocks with socks.
Mm.
this
Man.
shit.
That shit's-
So now the thing of it is we can talk about how they killed him and everything all day, but one thing right now is the riots have totally, to me, gone too far to the point where I'm not gonna lie. When they was all downtown doing what they was doing at their place downtown, I was like, well, they finally done moved out the neighborhoods because they used to say we tearing up the neighborhoods. Now they done tore up their shit and then ran out of their shit to tear up. And now
Right.
they went back to tearing up our shit.
Man, they all over the city in Chicago. They were downtown, 87, 89, 95th, down Evergreen, Western, like they like north, south, like they everywhere. And like if you were staying downtown, I get that. That was perfect. But now you're hitting places where, in communities where we don't need that. We for you.
Exactly.
Don't fuck up the communities where we're for the shit,
And
Exactly.
you fucking up the black businesses. And the crazy part about the black businesses, when they accumulate all of those many businesses, black business or white businesses that are getting tore up, their insurance is going to be so fucking high.
Crazy.
And a lot of people ain't even going to get them businesses back.
And then on top of that, this is why we're going through the corona shit. So they've already lost a lot.
Yeah, exactly, dude. This is like the riots. The last riot we had, America had. Well, I ain't gonna say America. The last riot that went down was in L.A., which was '92.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The Rodney King beat. Now the riot before that was '67. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of like this. But 2020 is history in its own. Dude, in 1918, the world was quarantined because of the Spanish flu.
Spanish flu, yeah.
And that was quarantined. And then you got the 67 riots. Now, dude, 2020, we dealing with both of them. You understand? We dealing with a quarantine, and that's not done. A quarantine with this pandemic that's going around still that took out a lot of people, including my brother. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the protests that end up turning violent. You know what I'm saying? People taking kids, dog. People taking kids to these damn protests like it's a festival. Motherfucker, ain't nobody down there selling damn stuffed animals, nigga. Nah. Ain't no damn basketball games down there. Here, step right up. Come on, win the stuffed animal. Where you get that from? Oh, I won this down when they was talking about the pro. Man, get the fuck out of here. I was on my way down there because I seen them marching. I thought it was for unemployment because of the checks. So,
hey, let me tell you what I did. I did my last lift person. I was taking him, and he wasn't going to be my last lift person, but I'm driving and I'm getting off the E-way. I just happened that was my exit. But I looked before that, it was like an accident up there. And I'm really paying attention when no accident. It was a bunch of motherfuckers walking on the E-way.
Yeah, they did it here.
So when I come up and I drop him off, I'm seeing all of these people with all these signs, and I'm like, damn, they protesting down on all the protests. Now let me tell you what caught my eye. This chick down there got some booty shorts on. At the motherfucking protest. I'm looking, and I pull over, I let old boy out. I was like, all right, thanks a lot for riding with me. Man, the man get out the car. When I tell you he opened the door, so much heat came in my car. I turned around and looked. The fucking place where I was dropping him off at the Starbucks was on fire.
Damn.
The man looked at me, he goes, dig your head back. This is where I'm going, man. It's on fire. What am I gonna do? I said, you can call another lift, and drove the fuck off.
Hell yeah.
Down there, man.
I would have told that motherfucker, this ain't lift, just get out.
Man, I'm looking, and that's when I realized, oh shit, I'm in the middle of a fucking riot. Let me get my fucking ass home before I fuck around and be on the news. And it was hard for me to try to turn here, turn that up. Then I seen the police. They like go this way. I'm nigga. Hey, I got license and everything, but when I seen the police and all that shit, boy, I took my hat off. I'm sweat.
Damn.
You guys are doing a great job. Let me get the fuck
get the fuck up out of here.
You had your
That
you,
damn
you had your
Starbucks on
F-150.
fire. Shit.
I didn't want none of that smoke. I'm like, damn. And then one of my friends gonna call me and tell me, man, you down there where they? I said, nigga, I'm not gonna be down there. I just learned how to breathe again. Did you think I'm gonna be down there with all that smoke out there in that tick? Hell no.
Yo, hey,
Hell no.
Moses asked me, am I gonna be down there? Like Martina, you don't know this, but like I'm legally blind, right?
Right
So,
on.
I was like, you gonna be down there, nigga? Like for me to accidentally walk into the TIG gas, nigga, I don't know what.
Shit.
I ain't going nowhere. No, I
Hell
can't.
no.
You can't be in a riot with 4 senses. I ain't never.
You said 4
If
cents.
you got any sense, and then they made the curfew and they put the National Guard up here. They wasn't playing because when 9 o'clock hit, they seen anybody caught anybody. They snatched the girl and the guy out of the car, tased the dude twice. He had a seizure.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they went to what college was that?
They went to Morehouse and
exactly.
And what's called? They went to both.
They were trying to go home. They were trying to go home.
Shit, when I seen one of my friends text me in Chicago, it was 8. I think 8:40.
Right.
They sent the text.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Lori Life with a gangster. She texts everybody in Chicago.
Hell yeah. I got that text at about 8:40.
House. It's a curfew at 9 o'clock. Nigga, how you look up and see it's a curfew and then they stop all the Ubers, they stop all the lifts, and they cut the motherfucking buses off. They stop the buses.
Wow.
And they raised the bridges up in downtown. Yeah. They
Last time all the bridges in Chicago got let up, it was the Batman movie.
Damn.
That's crazy.
See, but this is the thing that troubles me too. Even when you loot, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, and I can't stress enough that I know they're angry, I know they're frustrated, fed up, the whole 9. But even when you loot and you burn down a motherfucker, just tear the door up. Goddamn, don't burn up the shit. Don't, because you know them clothes that you got, that shit, you gonna have them motherfuckers in a corner some motherfucking where. You gonna have them bitches in the corner somewhere. But when them clothes get old, guess what? You ain't gonna have your place to, you know what I'm saying, to sell shit else. That's where the Chinese shops come in, selling those goddamn jogging suits that make noise when you walk. That's that bullshit. That's why you can't get all the big stores, the Nordstrom's, the Gucci, all that other shit. You can't have all that because they like, we're not bringing it back. You tearing our shit up. I seen a motherfucker breaking valleys, dog. They took everything, weights, the fucking treadmills, everything. One nigga went in there, did shit to do, so that nigga did 10 push-ups.
they did have a white dude on somewhere.
Yeah.
On the treadmill exercising while the loot was going on.
I saw that one.
He paid his money. He said, fuck that, I'm getting mad.
Exactly.
From Periscope, the pilot's pen said the residential state house are a symbol of the oppressive power that flows through the state. Yeah.
They tore up in Columbus, the State House. I thought it was the White House what I was looking at. I said, these motherfuckers getting the White House? And then I'm looking, I'm like, nah, nigga, that's the motherfucking State House. That's in Columbus. They tore that bitch up.
They did the same in Nashville.
They closed the White House down. They shut that bitch down. They put that bitch on lockdown. They was not playing. Why you went for the coming there? Trump talk all that shit about you. They loot, we shoot. These motherfuckers are showing your ass. Oh, you threaten us? We finna go.
And then when his crazy ass got on there to make that press conference, he didn't even address what was going on.
No.
About, with the riots and everything in Minnesota. He talked about the coronavirus. He talked about China. And then he walked away. He didn't even address. Oh, wait.
I guarantee you, because
that's obvious. Yeah.
Somebody told him, shut the fuck up.
His main thing was he even made a speech about Twitter. And then it was another president that said that back in the riots in '67, where he the one said it because he plagiarized that just like his wife. But he said that president said when they start to loot, we'll shoot. We'll shoot. He said they start to loot, we shoot. That's what he said. And then he gonna tell the Twitter guy get mad and say, well, why didn't you flag his tweet? Man, Twitter wasn't out back then, motherfucker. This nigga, man,
I don't understand why everybody get mad at Trump.
No, we got dementia.
Let me tell you why. That man's hair is made out of cotton candy. What you think that's connected to? A Jolly Rancher. That man got a Jolly Rancher for a brain. That man is a white man and everybody mad at him and shit. You can't get mad at the man. Dumb motherfucker.
Cotton candy.
God damn.
His brain is a straight Jolly Rancher. He acting nice. That man probably
you can put Trump.
He probably got on there and was gonna say some shit about these motherfucking riots, and they said, listen, we done got you away from that motherfucking impeachment. You say one more stupid ass thing. Don't you say shit, but talk about China and Corona.
You can put Trump brain in his ass and he still couldn't think of shit.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. What do y'all feel? Ben, what do you feel about being in this time from when you was growing up or whatever, and in the time now of being a young black man becoming a black man? What do you think of it?
I think it's crazy because like this is stuff that, you know, I'm only 30, so this is the type of thing that I only read about in school. You know, we read about the you know, I was too young to remember the riots in LA and then the 67 riot. So we're going through some shit that I already read about. So this is crazy to me. Like I remember this stuff. I remember my parents and my grandparents telling me about the shit, but to actually be living through the shit is nuts, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And then like not even just the riot. You know, we just talking about the coronavirus. You know, we never had no real big virus pandemic in either y'all lifetime either. So to have both of those together is, man, this shit is like shit like this has never happened. To have such a crazy ass pandemic doing some crazy ass riots at the same time.
I think the one thing that escalates everything and it makes it even crazier is we so informed, and now we're informed. We've always been informed by writing, a reporter writing something. Now we're informed by videos, we're informed by YouTube, we're informed by actual news on TV. It's like 5 or 6 different ways that this information is out here. And while it's spread out here, it seems like a lot of us are still getting the wrong information added with other shit, and you really don't know what to believe. So now you have cocked and crazy too.
Yeah. Right. I think that's like the blessing and the curse of the social media. Like, you know, the blessing is, you know, you can go get the information that you need, but at the same time, anybody can put some shit out there. So you reading some shit that a goof motherfucker done put out there, you know? So Wikipedia, anybody can add some shit to Wikipedia. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, so it all, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Some people might be reading some stuff and really believe it, but don't realize, nigga, you believe in some shit some dude just made up, or you know, it ain't the right shit.
My boy Dre Swoop said, no jobs, no money, moving out. What do you think they're gonna do?
Hell yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers feel like already your back is against the wall. You didn't get no money. They gave you $1,200, which they gave you that, and you were supposed to pay your bills for the next whatever. A lot of people went and shit got open right when they did it, and they started spending their money wrong and doing other bullshit. And now shit is open, but to me, the things that were getting open were open, and black folks gonna go crazy. Because see, the stores never closed. Like the stores you eat at and all that, or go buy food. A lot of people learned a lot of shit. A lot of people resources got stronger. There was a lot of motherfuckers. A lot of these bitches didn't know how to cook.
Right.
They got on YouTube. Look, you gonna lose this nigga as soon as these doors crack wide open. You gonna lose this nigga. You better learn how to cook.
And even when our governor, big shout out to my governor, man, Gretchen Whitmer, man, I love her. Like, they a rapper here in Detroit, along with other people in the city, put money together and bought her some buffs, and she actually wore them. She got some buffs on, dog, with the diamonds around them bitches. The shit cold. Hell
That's
yeah,
dope.
they
That's
call her
dope.
Big Gretch. Yeah, Big Gretch. But when she opened up like restaurants and the malls, they still say they're gonna do it like curbside shit, like order out, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And place your order while you sit in your car and they bring the food to you. Same thing with the malls. You tell somebody what you're there looking for and this and that, and they'll go get it. My dumbass cousin told a motherfucker at the mall, talking about some, go look up in the Gucci store in Somerset. Go look up in the Gucci store, and he said, "Get what?" He said, "Nothing. Just tell me what you see. I'm just browsing." I said, "Man, if you don't get your bitch ass, you's a bitch ass nigga. I hate you."
Deanna Brown Hager said, "So y'all too young to remember when Dr. King was murdered. Those riots happened, and that's why 63rd was destroyed. That all happened when I was a child. I was too young. I think I was born a year after or 2 years after that. And what I knew was when I went on the west side of Chicago and I seen some parts of 63rd, I was like, what happened down here? And my grandmother told me, this shit ain't been right since King died. The west side stayed more fucked up longer than anything. And it was a crazy part. But right now, if you really think about it, economy-wise, they just redid all the McDonald's, all the Burger Kings, putting up all these apartments right after the Katrina. They put a lot of new homes. They ship people here. They ship people to Chicago. So revenue and real estate was back popping.
But let me take you on a trip right quick. I read a book, What You Can't Find. I read this book when I was 12. And that's one thing I love doing is reading, and I don't read for education. I read for knowledge. Education only teaches you for that moment. Knowledge is with you forever. And my thing is, education without knowledge is like owning a Bentley without an engine. You look good, but you ain't going nowhere. Now, the name of the book was CCW. Now, as I carried this book around, older people used to ask me, like, why are you reading about guns? I said, I'm not reading about guns. He said, well, that says CCW, carrying a concealed weapon. And I said, well, no, the book is the concealed weapon. In that book, it taught me about certain things on a dollar, like the owl in the upper left-hand corner. If you really get a magnifying glass, you see an owl. And then the pyramid and the eye over the pyramid. You can take another dollar and match that eye with George Washington's eye, and you'll know that it's not the same eye. Some people say it's the devil's eye, but that's something else. But however it is, it's not the same eye. But under the pyramid, there's 3 words in Greek. That's Novus Ordo Seclorum. That is Greek for New World Order. Now, it was 2008 is when Barack Obama was inaugurated as president of the United States of America. 40 years from that date, it was a president named Johnson. He said, I predict in 40 years, a Negro will be president of the United States of America. 2008 was that 40-year mark. You know what I'm saying? And Barack Obama was nominated as president of the United States. Now, I say that to say this. Even when I look at The Simpsons, and I don't know if you have seen this or caught this or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Man, The Simpsons, been saying shit. And and it's like, even when that Wendy's chicken sandwich, they did that show. They did that show about chicken sandwiches and the long ass car lines. Then they did the thing with Kobe helicopter crash, and he was like, my trophies. And then they just did the same thing with the police department burning up. Now, it could have been any police department, but why was this motherfucker a 2-story just like that one?
But another thing is, they said that the Simpsons predicted that Trump was going to be in the casket. And I'm waiting
man
to see if that prediction of that comes true. I'm like, damn, I'm going to be like, I don't want him to be in, I don't want him to die, but I don't
Right.
know. You know, I'm not gonna.
But you know, I
Man,
tell you,
being lights went out, man. What the this nigga's lights went out. Damn, nigga, you
Nah,
took my
man.
glasses off. It got dark than a motherfucker.
I know. My
That
goddamn.
nigga, when that nigga glasses come off, we all go black. What? Keep them glasses on. You gotta get the news.
That nigga got the. What you say? He got the new internet. He got the
That
new.
nigga got the new internet. That nigga new glasses on. That's all. I said, it made me black.
Oh my God. That's that
Shout
Ray
out,
Charles.
shout out to my assistant Tiona Annie Mays.
That's that Ray Charles internet.
Hey, can anybody see my cash app?
I don't know if they can see your cash. You put it on your own thing or something?
No.
See if you can turn your phone to the side, you might can type it in there. But I put it up a couple of times. So make sure y'all, everybody, every 2 things I ask y'all while y'all on here. When you get off, I'll ask you 3 things. Share this live. Please share this live.
Oh, yeah.
Please share it. It's just a button.
Of course.
It's free. Also, go on one of our cash apps. Bless us with some. So this motherfucker went off again. This nigga don't know how to work this shit. Donations are needed because we entertaining. Donate. You'll pay to get into a comedy show. This ain't just all a comedy show, but I guarantee you're laughing, getting informed, and y'all conversating with us. We still trying to make y'all have some type of sense of understanding of this bullshit that we're going through.
Yeah, we definitely need some laughter doing this type of shit. This shit.
Yeah,
you bet.
Oh yeah. Right up under Martini. Right up under Martini name. That's his cash app. Ben So Funny is up under his, and y'all know mine's is Baldhead Phillips. Cash app if you can.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Now another what Ben, what was your question? I forgot to ask about your shit. What was your
my shit was about the goddamn riots and stuff. We was talking about just the riots and stuff. Like, I know here, I was thinking about, like, why is it like why did it not just stay downtown? I'm still not understanding why is it in our community right now. Like, that's like literally right now. It's 187, 63rd, and that's like right down the street from where I'm at.
Yeah, they just one of my guys just hit me on there and said they just hit Villa. I think it moved because it's Saturday, it's Sunday. Ain't nobody gonna go to work tomorrow. They ended it, and it's a whole can of worms of new motherfuckers. They when they looked and they said they've been riding for 2 days, ain't nobody really get fucked up. Let me go out here and get me something.
Get that shit, yeah.
Shit, a lot of people ain't got a job no more because they shit burned to the ground.
Anyway,
right. One thing that's smart to these crazy motherfuckers, they got the internet, they got their cell phones. Remember when they used to do them flash mobs, when they just pop up and a bunch of about 30 motherfuckers start dancing and shit?
Yeah, right.
And now they doing riot flash mobs because they calling if you look, my boy was like, every last one of them motherfuckers that pulled up was on the phone, said, man, we here. And then they ran in a cell phone store, came out with all of this shit and left. They went in Marshalls like that. They went in Marshalls, but then this motherfucker that linger. And let me tell y'all something. Don't be sleep. It ain't just black folks doing this shit.
Hell no.
Honestly, I seen a white woman in the Target that they fucked up in Minnesota running out with 4 lamps. I said, that bitch front room finna be lit tonight.
But
it's some
that shit about to be
it's always been like that in history. Like riots, it's always been a lot of white people in the riot.
Yeah,
we get blamed for, just like what you were saying earlier, Martin, with the they was spray painting the BLM on the officer's house. Like that's like that with history. That's not just now. But it's always seemed like, black people are doing this. No, it's a collective amount of different type of people that's doing the shit. Some might be doing it for peaceful, some people might not, but
I think everybody doing it is asymptomatic because ain't none of them motherfuckers been sick. I know ain't no motherfuckers that was suffering from the COVID out there running up and shit right now.
Man, this shit.
COVID about to be cracked.
I tell you this shit really did something to a lot of people's spirit. I know it did something to mine. Because like Like we didn't see Sandra Bland get murdered, but we know they murdered her. We
Yeah.
didn't see, you know what I'm saying? We didn't see the rest of them get murdered, but we were witnesses. The world was witnesses of George Floyd being murdered, and it stung us. It's like that was our child. You know what I'm saying? Like that was our son, our brother, our cousin, our father, our uncle, our grandfather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where this man called out for his mama on a day, the day that happened. Well, again, I had to do my research that they
His
said
mother had,
his mother passed on that day, and that man called out for his mama twice. He even told them to help me. They trying to kill me. Like he
yeah.
knew that this dude didn't like him, but he like, you know, I do on everything I love. You know how people say, well, if that was me, if I was there, I would have this, I would have that. And you know,
Right.
in the heart, they wouldn't do on everything. If I was there, I swear I would have rushed them motherfucking cops, y'all.
Yeah.
I would
Hey,
have rushed them. I would have rushed my man.
I would have rushed him
Like,
and pushed his ass down. You know why? I was locked up down there in Minnesota
I would
Correctional
have got fucked up, but
It ain't that bad. Minnesota Correctional
yeah.
Facility ain't that fucking bad. I would have pushed that motherfucker down. Now, history would have changed shit. Somebody would have been like, why bald head stupid ass do that shit? And you know, because who would have known that the man was going to die? But they were saying, man, you killing him.
Exactly.
You killing him.
Exactly.
I don't
And
think
it
he
was
died in the hospital. I think he died right there. They not gonna
Oh, he
tell you.
died. He definitely died right
it
there.
was it was also, yeah, he did. I saw, like I said, his face was stone. Like he looked Medusa in the face, in the eyes. Like his shit was stone, guy. But
Yeah.
when this idiot planted his knee in that man's neck, and that man was pleading to him to get off. And then, you know, when he said, my neck hurts, my stomach hurts, my everything hurts, then you know he started hallucinating, because now too much blood, he lost all types of oxygen in his brain when he hollered and said, my knee. When he said my knee. When he said my knee, he was he was right there. He was transitioning into the out of state of mind at that point before he died. That man's spirit, if we can see like almost in a blue light when our spirit exit our shell, dude, we would have saw that.
That's what this what I'm tripping on. Tiani said, she reminded me, he had two people in the car with him. What the fuck happened to them two people? But I knew they took him from one situation all the way across the street. They showed it. They showed it when they put him in the car, how they was trying to whoop him too. They showed the car rumbling, he in the car, they jumping on him, hit him in the car, and then they ran around and put him on the thing. Once he started bleeding from his nose, he had pissed on himself. If you ever look at the thing, it's a long stream of water coming from up under the car. He had pissed on himself. So that man was already fucked up. But let me tell y'all something. I don't want to keep talking about that, because I know one thing goes on, that day in court better be what it's supposed to be. Because if that day in court ain't what it's supposed to be, I'm already knowing if these motherfuckers is acting up right now,
right,
it's gonna be this ain't shit.
This ain't shit compared.
This ain't shit. And I just hate the fact that they tearing up the way they tearing up, and now the shit that went to a whole nother level. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say to everybody that's listening. Make sure y'all share this live. Please share the live. And make sure, like I said, y'all donate $5 or more to the cash apps that y'all see. The same energy that y'all got for looting, the same energy that y'all got for coming together as a collective and doing what y'all doing, take that same energy and boycott. Boycott all.
Hell yeah.
If you boycott right now, where y'all tearing up the stores, go grab some meat, some preservatives, whatever you got to grab, put them in your freezer. Get your shit together and be ready to starve their ass without giving them no money. Don't spend no dollars. That's gonna hurt the shit out of them, because if you think about how you're hurting without any money right now. What if we seriously financially starve those businesses and they're gonna be hurt? Those businesses come together because they're business owners. They do this. They rent from whoever. They're gonna go and they're gonna have to talk to them legislative people. Like, hey, look, y'all can't be killing no motherfucker up down here. We fucked up.
The shit we looting, they got insurance on that. So
the pandemic financially hit everyone right now, mentally, mentally and physically and emotionally. We all fucked up. If y'all hit their dollar like y'all doing right now, being together, coming together strong, hit that dollar, man. Hit that, man. Boycott that shit. All that Black Friday. Boycott Black Friday, boycott Cyber Monday. Don't buy shit. Half that shit you don't need anyway, you just won't.
Right. Fuck Black Friday. Go to Light Skin Thursday.
Stupid.
Hey, look, I want to ask you a question, bro.
Yeah.
How do you? I mean, well, the question was always about the pandemic. With how do you think comedy is going to rejuvenate? You know what I'm saying? But now, along with this situation, you know what I'm saying, with George Floyd death and the protesting and riots, protesting that turns into rioting, and the vandalizing of Black-owned businesses and businesses thereof from out of the certain city within the same state that comes into the certain city. Meaning some white people that goes and they vandalize these places. Now, how do you feel as though, like, how do you feel like comedy, us as a comedians, like, where will we stand with this virtue comedy thing prolonged for some years? You know what I'm saying? Because well, let me add this too. That I read when not the smallpox, but when the Spanish flu came. You know how of course we wasn't born, but when we were born to grow up and to shake hands and to hug one another and to kiss the girls and, you know, to be around each other. Did you know after it was said that the Spanish flu was like really, really gone completely, it still took them 10 years to get to that point. Took 10 years to get to that whole hand thing. Even though they said, okay, the quarantine thing is over, people still quarantine. People still stay there 6 feet distance. So how do you feel comedy will take?
Me myself, from personally having it, knowing that I was at the point that I was dying because of everything, the complications that I had, the complications that it left me with. Masks are the new norm for me. There's no way in the world I'm going nowhere outside without a mask. I thought about this about comedy because my first show that I had, virtual show that I had like this, Corey Bell said, how you feel about being on stage now? And you got to look at it. Everybody's on stage is looking at you, breathing your way, walk around, be coughing. I said, well, I'm going to be a comedian that's going to be on stage with the shield on my face. I'm going to have a shield on.
Right.
Captain
I
America.
went and bought me 2 shields. I might not have no hat on, but if I could, I got me 2 shields just for I'm ready to walk on stage. And motherfuckers going to think it's funny, but when I take that shield off, I'm putting my mask on. Because I think now there are more germophobic people.
Oh, I'm one of them.
There is more serious paranoia.
Yep.
I could be, and I don't went to the mall up here, and I see people coming towards me. I pull my mask up real quick, or if I have my mask, I hold my breath and close my eyes. It's comedy is going to comedy as far as subject matter. You're gonna find out who's funny. You're gonna find out because this shit that made a lot of motherfuckers not funny. This internet, this virtual shit, they don't have the energy. They don't see the people. They can't take what they. It's like you ain't confident in what the fuck you saying. That's how I'm looking at it. Because comedy is what we're doing right now. Communication.
Right.
Communicate is just
exactly.
When you're on stage, you're the only one doing it, and you see some people. I'm gonna be able to communicate let me tell you something. I was a motherfucker that grew up by itself, and I talked to myself. So I made myself laugh. I made my motherfucker laugh. If me, myself, and I here laugh, oh, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Man, I was so fucked up. My invisible friend was real.
I think every comedian had invisible friends. Goddamn, I had a whole gang of motherfuckers.
My girl, she said, I've always been this way. However, the mass hiders may breathe being a thick chick. Yeah, that's too. The man have made people who got sticky breath realize they got sticky ass breath.
Hell, boy, I put one of them N95 masks on. Them motherfuckers work, boy, cause
oh yeah, I own one of them.
I'm like, God damn, I need to go back in the crib.
Hell yeah,
brush one more time.
Motherfuckers trying to sell N100s. I'm like, what the fuck is that? This nigga got a motherfucking exhaust pipe in that bitch.
That nigga Greg Langford, dumbass, say, when I see somebody that don't got a mask on, I light up a cigarette and offer them one. He goes, but my lung doctor, I got released. I tell everybody too, I got released from my lung doctor last week. And I also got released from my nurse 2-3 days ago. So I'm waiting to go on the 11th to go to the cardiologist to see what they got to say about this heart medicine, because the shit left me with heart failure and high blood pressure. So I'm doing everything I can to turn it around. But it's like,
bless.
It's like for me to be, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna run y'all a little history now. 6 years old, I had my very first asthma attack. My lungs were cramping so much I had to go to the hospital and be in the hospital for 8 months. 6 years old, I was in Laura B, the hospital.
Damn.
Over there on Lakeshore Drive. Then, just growing up in Inglewood, I wasn't never no sports motherfucker, but I like boxing, fighting, shit like that.
Right.
So I had to survive through that type of shit. Then getting shot 5 times. One of the bullets hit me in the back of my motherfucking head from trying to help a friend out. And that kind of affect a motherfucker's memory. That's why sometimes I'll be forgetting certain shit, but I don't have no long-term memory. I got short-term memory. And then now, on my 50th birthday, to have a birthday celebration right at the cusp of what we were finding out about this pandemic, and then me also catching it, being in the hospital for 2.5 weeks, coughing up blood, lung capacity 13%, on oxygen for 2.5 months. Nigga, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing about life and appreciating it. God done saved me 3 to 4 fucking times to be here. So now, as they say, to turn up with me on this stage, my new found fight of telling people to, it's not even just the fact with the COVID, take care of yourself and automatically you'll take care of others. Because the cats that I didn't
real shit.
They don't understand you wearing a mask is protecting me.
Right.
Protecting me. Me wearing the mask is protecting you. But also, you got to be clean, man. You got to wash your hands. Your great-grandmother, my great-grandmother, I couldn't come in the house without washing my hands. Fuck going in the kitchen. Go in there and wash your
motherfucking hands first.
Hey, take them damn play clothes off.
And don't wash your hands in the kitchen sink.
Man,
what?
Do not wash your motherfucking hands in my kitchen sink.
You coming here smelling like outside.
My cousin washed his hands in the kitchen sink while my grandmother was there. That rolling pin, you know that rolling pin?
Yeah.
I heard that motherfucker. He ran in the bathroom with me. I'm washing my hands. He was already in this thing. She said, "You better wait." That nigga sitting there leaking like a motherfucker. I said, "You need some tissue now." Yeah. Shout out to my girl Kim. Thank you, love. I'm so glad. Kimberly Allen is a motherfucker that runs. She's also my man Boogie in Detroit. Well, you know Kim. You know Kim.
Yeah.
Kim, She said she's glad I'm on my girl. Kim is manager of Boogie, and she also is a person you got to look at and catch up if you want to do some shit down there at what's the name of the club down there in Detroit? I forgot.
Punchline.
Punchline
Yeah.
Pop. I love Punchline.
Yeah.
Punchline.
Yeah. Yeah, Boogie funny as hell. That's my nigga.
Yeah, that's my man. I had him and Kim on the show when I was down there, because when I go down there, I go hang out with Kim. I got to get her and them on this new platform. This right here. You know, but man, you got to be more careful, man. I love every motherfucking body, and I'm grateful to be here. I seen them literally taking people out of the hospital on stretchers wrapped in saran wrap. I seen four times being, and the first time I said, "What is that?" The nurse said, "Oh, that's someone that just died from COVID." I said, "Bitch, I got COVID. I ain't gonna be wrapped up like no platter. Fuck that. I got out of here." But man, Martini, tell them what you got coming off, man. Tell them what you got coming up. And Kim just said hi on here too.
This motherfucking phone.
Yeah, you got to get that boost over, man.
I had problems with this motherfucker.
Well, hurry up and tell them what you got coming up and what you got going on, because we finna get the fuck up off here. The time is up.
Yeah, well, I got coming up, man. Still doing shows and shit on online and shit like that. I was just on Instagram Live with Andre Drummond. Used to play for the Pistons. Now he played for
nice.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, and then got some shit coming up with LL Cool J. That's a good brother, man. They pissed him off yesterday. You know, LL was mad at the motherfucker yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he was really heated about, you know, what the fuck was going on. You know, so I got that going on. Y'all can follow me. I need some followers like a motherfucker. My Instagram handle is The Real Martini Harris. You can follow me on Twitter at A Toast of Martini. And of course, Facebook is Martini Harris. So follow me. You know, I'm telling motherfuckers to follow me. Motherfuckers that came up to my house. I said, nigga, not literally, nigga, on the internet. Get your ass back where you came from. You know?
Hey, Martini, a tip from your boy. Make your Twitter and your Instagram the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make your Twitter The Real Martini Harris also. You know, so either The Real Martini, make it, because that way, that's a lot of ways motherfuckers be getting that blue check on their shit. You get the followers. Yeah. You know, that's the tip I learned from one of them internet motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, what you got going on, Ben? Tell them about your show.
I got an online show. We See You Comedy. It's on Zoom. Come on Tuesdays. Tuesdays, 8:00 Central Time. Follow me on everything being so funny. It'll be on those things. I promote it everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that shit. Yeah, so that's really what I'm doing right now. Just just getting that Zoom off the ground. It's been doing dope. But this fucking StreamYard, bro, this shit cold. I might have to convert to StreamYard.
Might have to switch up.
Yeah.
We had a lot of
this shit cold.
And I also got I also got a movie coming to Netflix. Well, because of the quarantine and all that shit, the pandemic, it's either the end of this year or the beginning of 2021. It's called The Last 24, written and directed by a hip hop artist right out of Detroit, Trick Trick. He wrote it and directed the movie called The Last 24. Great movie, man.
Hey,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So got that going on.
And I just got going on building this podcast. So y'all when y'all get up off here, go straight to YouTube. If you're not on YouTube already, subscribe to Baldhead'S podcast. I know I got people on there watching off my comedian Baldhead Fiddles page, people off my B-Head Fiddles page, and off of my Periscope. Please go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. I need the followers, because the more followers I got, the more different things that I could come up with. I'm paying for this StreamYard so I can put all of these platforms together and give you the same content. So please go subscribe to that. Donate to the Cash Apps. Like I said, $5 or more. I ain't asking y'all for too much, because this is what we do. That shit could go on a phone bill. That shit can go on whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noodles with $10 and survive for a month. But hey, we are thriving artists. We're working out. Shout out to my girl, comedian. Goddamn it, Lil B was in the building. And Kim said, make it at the real Martina Harris. And shout out to my shout out to my assistant. She's online, and go on her page. She has shea butter, coconut oil, and it's called Hand Crack. Tia's Hand Crack. Tia, I ain't got all the other shit. So go to Tionia Mays. Martina done slipped out again. Tionia Mays.
Yeah, this keep fucking.
What is your Tia? What's your website? Throw the website up there real quick so I can do it. But I'll thank my dog Ben Noble. Much love to your boy.
Yo.
Always got a lot of respect. When I looked at that motherfucker when I first met Ben, this before he went blind, and he was telling me he was from Inglewood. I said, this motherfucker ain't from no Inglewood. And nigga got on stage and was funny than a motherfucker. I said, hey man, fuck it. That's my dog. I don't even fuck with that's my boy. Martini, I can't even tell you how long me and Martini been doing shows and friends. It's my motherfucking dog. Hey.
Oh, like they told me you and Kool-Aid did. Remember at Jokes and Notes when the thunder lightning hit it and it was dark? Man, that's
the lighting hit Jokes and Notes?
It was 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Martini and Kool-Aid them came, and both times the lights went out. It was a storm.
Yeah.
Nigga, and look, the only part was Martini was still on stage when the mic and everything went out. That nigga still performed the rock the motherfucker. So he said, fuck this mic.
No, nice.
but here's the magic. We never acknowledged what went on. We used the backup light. It was like 2 little lights, and the club was sold out. Man, we still did the show. Hell yeah, the generating light. And Mary Lindsay gave us all a fucking raise. She said, y'all some funny motherfuckers.
Shout out to Mary Lindsay.
That's goddamn professionalism right there.
Yeah, nigga, we had no other choice. We had no other choice. We was like, fuck it, still do. And you seen like, yo, what the fuck? Hey, but look, like this joke I was telling you. Ooh, yeah, kept on going. Man, I got a lot of love for y'all. Thanks for coming on Baldhead'S podcast. I am about to go in my motherfucking room and play my motherfucking PlayStation, and on there I can kill and shoot all the police, drag and run over white people, and not go to jail. That's how I'm gonna ride. So y'all be good. I love y'all. Peace out till next time.
All right, y'all.
Right on.
Yo.
All right.